Hello everyone, I'm Emmanuel. Today I will be talk about quadratic equation. I will try to explain so that everyone know what quadratic equation really is. So let's get started. So first of all, I will first introduce about what are quadratic equation. A quadratic equation is a polynomial equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b, and c are constants and x is the variable the degree of the equation is 2, which means the highest power of x is 2. And now I will be explain about the terms. A is the coefficient of x squared, is to determine the parabola shape and direction. And another one, b, is the coefficient of x, is to affect the parabola position. And the last one, c, is a constant term, is to determine the y-intercept. So if A is 0, it directly becomes a linear equation. So this is the shape of parabola. So right now I will be explain about the characteristic of the parabola. Vertex, the highest or lowest point depending on the directions. Another one, axis of symmetry is a vertical line through the vertex is to dividing the parabola symmetrically. And the last one is about the directions. If it opens upward, which means A is greater than 0. And vice versa, if A lower than 0, it will become downward.
Okay, so for solving the quadratic equation, we have three methods, which is by factoring, by completing the square, and by the quadratic formula. Okay, so the first method is to solve by factoring. The first step is to simplify the equation by factoring out the greatest common factors. So first, we need to divide all the values by 2. And hence we get x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals to 0. And then the next step is we should use our calculator to find out the next equation, which is x minus 3 bracket x minus 1 equals to 0. And then from this equation we are able to find out the value of x, which is x minus 3 equals to 0 and x equals to 3, or x minus 1 equals to 0 and x equals to 1. So this is the method to solve the quadratic equation by factoring. Okay, so the next method is to solve by completing the square. And for the first step, we should divide all the values by 2 again. So we get x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals to 0. And then next we need to move the constant term, which is 3, to the right side. And then hence we get x minus 4x equals to negative 3. Okay, so from this equation right here, we are able to know that b equals to negative 4. And with this equation, the next step that we need to do is to add b over 2 squared to both sides. And hence we get x squared minus 4x plus negative 4 over 2 squared equals to negative 3 plus negative 4 over 2 squared. And then with this value, we are able to do the magic method to find out the equation. So the answer is x minus 2 squared equals to 1. And then the next step is we should move the square to the other side. So from here we are able to get square root 1, which is equals to plus minus 1. And then we are able to get x minus 2 equals to plus minus 1. And then next we separate out this equation into two which is x minus 2 equals to 1 or x minus 2 equals to negative 1, and then we are able to get that x equals to 3 or x equals to 1. So this is the method to solve the quadratic formula by completing the square. Okay, so the last method is to solve by the quadratic formula. So first we need to know that this is the quadratic formula, and next from this equation we are able to know that a equals to 2, b equals to negative 8, and c equals to 6. And then next we just need to sub these three values into this formula to get the value of x. And then next we divide this equation into 2 again. And we are able to know that x equals to 3 or x equals to 1.
Quadratic equations play a significant role in real-world problems, especially in physics. One common application is in projectile motions. Whenever we throw an object like a ball, its path follows a parabola curve. This motion can be described using a quadratic equations. Through these equations, we can calculate important details such as maximum height, the highest point the object reaches, and range, the total horizontal distance the object travels before hitting the ground. Let me give you an example. Imagine a ball is thrown into the air. Using a quadratic equation, we can find exact height in reach at its peak and how far it will land based on the initial speed and angle of the throw. Now, to make this more engaging, I will play a short video to show how quadratic equation apply to basketball. Pay close attention to the arc of the ball when the player takes a shot. It's a perfect example of the projectile motion described by a parabola.
We were able to use that to solve for the x velocity, and then through Pythagorean theorem with the y velocity, we use that to extract the data of the initial angle of launch and also the initial acceleration on the hypotenuse. From that, we were able to find differences between what made and what missed.
Powerful tools for understanding motion in the real world, like the parabolic arc of a basketball shoot, that allow us to calculate important details such as maximum height and range, showing their relevance beyond the classroom. That's all from our group. Thank you.